we designed Luminox a number of years ago, 6 or 7 years ago I think. There was a demand for an oxygen sensor for measuring gaseous oxygen that wasn't electrochemical. Electrochemical sensors suffer from short lifetime and they deplete whether you're measuring or not, even if they're just sitting on the shelf. If they're not sealed in a nitrogen environment or a zero oxygen environment, they will deplete and eventually die, much like a battery. So there was a need for a sensor which had a long lifetime, but also one that should be RoHS compliant. Electrochemical sensors often use materials which are not strictly speaking RoHS compliant, and something which was RoHS compliant from the start was also in great demand. So that's why we designed Luminox. It's based on fluorescence quenching by oxygen. So inside it has a fluorescent coating. There's a blue LED which illuminates the coating. That coating then fluoresces back, and we measure the decay of that fluorescence. The rate of decay is inversely proportional to the oxygen pressure. On board we've also got a pressure sensor and a temperature sensor. The pressure sensor allows us to compensate for barometric pressure changes. So not only do we output a PPO2 measurement in millibar of oxygen, but we also output a concentration value in percent. And we also give the temperature and the pressure as sort of bonus extra signals. Very simple to interface to. You just connect with a 2-pin UART connection directly into a microcontroller, so there's no need for extra analog electronics or temperature compensation or anything like that. Excitingly, this year we're hoping to launch a ppm version of that sensor, one which will have a 0 to 1000 ppm scale. The sensor at the moment has a 0 to 25% scale. ppm is a really interesting application because the incumbent technologies suffer even more from the depletion problem that normal electrochemical sensors suffer from, i.e. they will deplete in a number of days rather than years, whereas our sensor is really not affected at all by storage in an atmosphere which is not zero oxygen.